What you doing? I'm going to talk to the AC story, and this is Alcoholandanime! This is the March Alcoholandanime, and I had no idea what to do. So I went and looked at my list of stuff and decided to pull one out that I've been wanting to do for a while. And the main reason I did this one, well, I'll get to that, is because sake bass. But this is Thermae Romae. I think that's how you say it. I actually have no. I did. The Japanese pronunciation is Thermae Romae. It is interesting, I guess, but it's about bathhouses. So, leading right into my alcohol drinks for this one, because it is two separate things, distinctly. I thought of, well, what is something you can drink when you take a bath? And the only thing that popped in my head is like when you watch, I don't know what people, romantic, like chick flicks. I don't know. You've probably seen it of like women in like relaxing in like a bubble bath, drinking wine, something like that. And that's what I thought of. And then I couldn't really think of anything else until it was too late. And then I was like, the fruit milk or milk fruit, whatever, fruity milk, something like that. I realized you see it so much, and I didn't realize it until I already went and got some sake and, well, okay, and some wine, but not exactly wine. But there's actually another manga called something from something homes. I don't know. It's about bathhouses, kind of. The main characters live in a bathhouse or whatever. And one of the things that home at the horizon. I don't know. And they have fruit milk there. I see it a lot more lately. And I mean, the only fruit milk in the U.S. that is common, as far as I know, is strawberry milk, which is fine. But besides that, there's not really other fruit milks. A long time ago, like over a decade, I don't know. The Queen's Blade, if you know that one. I remember a scene in that of, well, I remember a lot of scenes in that, of grape milk. And that, at the time I was like, that's weird, fruit with milk? Completely forgetting about strawberry milk. But it stuck with me. I still haven't had grape milk. I've had like cream wine or like milky wine. I guess that's as close as it really gets. But so I missed out on that, and then I'll get to it. But I really should have done it. I should have. I should have just went out right away again and got some more. But I didn't want to wait anymore to watch this because it is a series instead of just like a single film. But what I ended up getting was sake, because this sake bass, which is another reason I decided to watch this one I did, is because I saw something about how people would take baths in sake or whatever. And I was like, oh, well, I've actually had this queued up, ready to go for a while to watch this for a whole nother reason. But now I feel like it's a sign to watch this now. So I have sake. And both of the two things I got for this was the cheapest things some of the cheapest things you could get. So it's just some classic Jumai sake. Classic is in. I'm pretty sure this is just made in California, produced and bottled in Takura Sake USA and Berkeley. Is it just Berkeley? I don't know. But it's Shochukubai sake. It's fine. Apparently, it's not my favorite because I don't know why. It's just not. This bottle isn't hitting. Yeah, it's just not hitting. It's not my favorite. There's another one. It's like Ginkai or Ginkakai. I don't know. That one I drink more often and enjoy it more. One of my favorites still is when I was living in Hawaii and there was like a carton. It was a 2-liter carton with like a little sumo on it. I don't know the name of it, but oh, I love that stuff. And then for the wine, I don't know. I swear I could probably look. For some reason, I have not kept a list of all the drinks I've made or have done for this. I don't know why. Sometimes I take pictures and post them on Instagram or something, or I make little videos. Sometimes they're just dumb. And I have an idea for this one, but I feel like I've done sake and wine before and mixed them. I was like, well, I don't want to do that again in case I have, but I still want to stick with this like bath drink, whatever. So I did get wine, technically. I got some prosecco because Italy, Rome, it's all there. And I don't know, did Italy exist back at the height of the Roman Empire? Was there an Italy or was it just Rome? I don't know. Um, I'm not that much of a historian like I want to be, but this is from Italy, and it says produced by CVBM Sagaretta Italia, product of Italy. Uh, but what is this? How's this name? 90 plus sellers. I don't know. It doesn't look very Italian, but I don't know what would be anyways. But yeah, so I got prosecco. I don't. So kind of bubbly, bubble bath. I know there's not any bubble baths in this as far as I remember. But this is what I got. But to keep it with just being like, it's not actually a mixed drink. I'm drinking them separately, straight from the bottle. I actually have already finished the prosecco. Prosecco was fine. It tastes. So now I'm just on the sake. I was going back and forth, but like I said, the sake wasn't hitting like it normally does for me. I'm blaming the brand. I don't know. I don't know if I've had this one. It looks so familiar. I may have seen it. I swear this is the one I used to drink. I used to drink like half a bottle of sake a night to help me go to sleep, and I felt great doing it. I feel like this was the brand, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm just drinking because it's like, okay, what if I was just in a bathtub? Well, I don't know if I'll be drinking from the bottle, maybe from a cup or a glass of some kind. But yeah, I don't know. Which is another thing is how I originally intended, and I was so close to doing it, but I wanted to. I guess that's it. That's it for the alcohol part. It was pretty simple. It was easy. I could mix them, but I feel like this is more of a vibes one because this was like, well, what if I drink these in a bathtub, and then like all the water would be part of the experience and that. And I really wanted to like watch this and record this in a bathtub. Here is the thing. I have a shower, no bathtub. It's a standing shower. You can sit in it if you really want to, but that just seems sad. So I could go and do it in there, but it's not. And I could use someone else's bathtub. I could use a family bathtub. I could go find a bathtub. I don't think there's any bathhouses or hot springs or anything like that. So that probably not that. But that's more of a hassle. And then moving equipment in there, something to watch it on, something to take notes on, and then having all that stuff around, water, in the moisture, and it didn't seem worth it. Especially when I only have a shower. And there's a huge difference in sitting naked in a shower, just sitting there with 2 bottles, and then like sitting in a nice bathtub, even with 2 bottles, still naked. But there's just something sadder about it. I just picture it. I'm like, it's not much of a video. It's going to seem so stupid, but this has to be the video for this one. I don't know why now is the time I'm deciding to bring videos back. That means I still have to figure out how to do a setup to record this, but it's going to be ridiculous. I hope I do it. But oh man, is it going to look gross and sad. I can't. It's just such a depressing thought. And it's like, well, it's the same thing. It's a place you just bathe yourself in or wash yourself in. But for some reason, one seems like all nice and relaxing. The other just seems depressing. Like, there's no way. You can make it a little bit fun in a shower, maybe. Like, I have shower beers. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a shower beer. But I used to do shower beers, and that was like, something spruces up taking a shower a bit, I guess. I don't know. But I can't imagine just sitting in a shower. I don't even have like a ledge or anything, like any part that raises up on the edge. So I have to hold a whole bunch of responsibility on a shower curtain to keep water from doing whatever. Luckily, I'm never. Oh no, I don't hope no jinx stuff. No drainage problems, so nothing will ever overflow. But just what a sad thought, really. And now, so yeah, I didn't get to do that. I thought it'd been so funny. The other thing is, even if I did have a bathtub, that's nearly 3 hours, including about 2 hours to watch it, about an hour to record this. It's about 3 hours of me sitting in a bathtub. I don't want to do that. That doesn't seem comfortable. I can easily like just zone out for a while, but I don't know if I can zone out for 3 hours. You know, that'll be. I don't know. I want you to be zoned out. I'll be focused on this and then focused on recording. So, yeah, probably wouldn't have worked out. But it's okay. Just maybe it's a thought that counts. Probably not. That makes no sense to say it like that. But, here's the other thing about drinking straight from the bottle, though. It's harder. I don't know why. And I think maybe that's why it's not hitting. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember if I used to drink from the bottle or not. I used to have little sake glasses. I don't know what happened to them. So now I just drink out of regular glasses with sake. It's fine. I normally drink it on the rocks and it works out. And it's easier because I can just. But drinking it from the bottle is like limiting. I don't get as big of a mouthful because I'm more of a gulper, I guess, and not as much of a sipper. See, I prefer glasses. I'm not crazy about this whole drinking straight from the bottle thing. And I mean, of course, I drink. But here's what I like about it is less dishes, though. And I drink beer from the bottle in cans, and normally when I drink soda or other beverages, it doesn't bother me. Something about I still prefer drinking beer out of glass. So it's not like that is much any different. I don't know. Just something about it is throwing me off this time. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough of whatever I was talking about. The alcohol, the drinking part, whatever it be. So the real reason why I originally was gonna watch Thermae Romae, how do you say it? Was I don't remember when it came out. On Manga Plus or published through Shonen Jump Plus, I started reading a manga called Thermae Romae Redux. Came out February 6, 2024. And I pretty much figured out right away it's a sequel, but sometimes it doesn't matter. This is one of those where, like, oh, that's fine. I can read the sequel without reading the first part. And it is pretty episodic, so it doesn't matter that much. There's a couple others I've done that with, or like I haven't finished the original series because I follow the anime, but then I still read the sequel manga. And one of those is like Jujutsu Kaisen Module, yeah. And then Baruto, Twin Vortex or whatever, Twin Blue Vortex, whatever. Bungo Baseball, I think that's what it's called. Like, this is a baseball one. So stuff like that, because I've seen the anime for Jujutsu and Boruto. So I haven't finished them, of course, because the anime's not finished. But I was like, okay, well, I'm just skip that and just do the sequel manga. And this is one of those. It's a sequel manga. I haven't read the original, but then I saw that anime is on Crunchyroll. I was like, oh, I can just use that to catch up. And it doesn't. At all. Which was a bit disappointing because, like, I know where certain things are in the sequel manga, and it never catches up in this one, so there's still a big gap. But it's fine, I guess. So, let's talk about what this actually is. The manga by Mari Yamazaki. Started in 2008 to 2003 in the Comic Beam magazine. Um, Only 6 volumes, so it's a pretty short one. I don't know what the manga actually looks like. This seems like one of those, not exactly a gag manga, but kind of. I could easily see it being like a yonkoma, but I doubt it was. I don't see anything about it being like that. But then it had, and it gets weird. I actually got confused for a moment which one I actually watched because it's not very clear. There was that animated series from January 12th, 2012 to January 26th, 2012 that says it was 6 episodes, which I was confused by because I was like, there's 9 episodes in what I watched. And they're weirdly timed episodes, like some 13, 9, 10, 12. And at first I was like, oh, that's cool that they're just different times. I was like, oh, they're not trying to force it to be anything. That's because it was actually 6 episodes, and they just for some reason broke some of those episodes up in weird ways. I don't know why, but cool. Um, but yeah, that is the one I watched. Is the original one. The reason I got confused is because there's another anime called Thermae Romae Nove. I don't know if some of these are right. In 2022, I don't know where this is at. It doesn't really tell me much. It says it's ONA. But this one had like 11 episodes. I was like, well, is this one I watched? And it just left out a couple? Because some of them are similar to what happened in the past, or what happened in the first anime, and what I watched. So just trying to figure out, I was like, well, yeah, this happened, so it must be this. But it's like, well, that didn't happen. It's like, oh, that was just completely cut out. Huh. And yeah, so I was confused. But I'm pretty sure it's that first one. And they just broke the episodes up in weird ways. But yeah, 2022. It's not all. It wasn't Netflix. It's on Netflix. I don't know if it is on Netflix. I haven't looked. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, maybe I will. But here's the even crazier thing. Kind of crazier thing, I guess, is there's also 2 live action films. Which I guess it makes sense. I don't know what the films actually be about. Of course, they would have to add some kind of conflict because there's not usually conflict in these. It's very episodic, just like idea of the week. But so I don't know what kind of movie you would get out of this, unless it's just a boring movie. I don't know. But yeah, there's 2. First one was in April 28th, 2012, and another one was in 2014. This must have been a lot more popular, like when it was coming out, because there's just so much for it. But I was not. Let's see. January 2012. I mean, I was in high school when this was coming out, and I didn't have that much access to this stuff. I was watching some anime on Netflix. Whatever was coming out on TV, and then I didn't really get to see much more until Hulu and Crunchyroll once I was in university. Mainly Crunchyroll a lot. But yeah. So yeah, I would just miss all this stuff, and then a really big skip, 11 years to come back and do another manga. I don't know why. Must got bored. But also, the manga doesn't publish like consistently. It's just a chapter every now and then. I think I've seen people talking. I was like, oh, it's just kind of like a side thing the creator does, and it's like, okay, that's cool. It's cool you're able to do that. But I have no idea when the next chapter's going to come out. I don't know how long it's going to last. Let me see. How many chapters are of it right now? Actually, if it started in 2024, it's still going. I keep all my current my reading list on Manga Plus, and then once something finishes, I take it off. So it's kind of like a weird history I see of like, oh, you've been around for a while because you're still at the bottom of my list because the newer stuff's on top. Dang. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is the 13th from the bottom. So yeah, it's been here a while. Oh, there's only 13 chapters. Dang. It's been I guess another chapter every few months, something like that. But it's interesting enough. I read pretty much any new stuff that comes on Manga Plus. I think I have like about 80 series I'm following, which most are weekly or bi-weekly. Um, yeah, that's the informational part of it. Let's talk about what happens in each episode. Because and it is each episode is pretty much like need to make a bath or something, go to the area, test the water, get in the water, somehow slip and end up in modern day Japan. Get an idea, bring it back, and it somehow revolutionizes the baths. So it's very there's a pattern to everything. So let's see. Yeah, 9 episodes. Anything to say before I get into the episodes themselves? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's some weird things. I'll talk about them at the end, though. No, let's talk about it now before I forget. So sometimes there's just random shots of present day, but they're framed in a way as if Lucius is the main character. I don't know if I even said that. Is imagining them, but this is a lot of them happen before ever going to the future. So I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be. Maybe it's more just for audience kind of like notes of like, hey, this is what this means, blah blah blah, or this is what it's referencing. It's like, okay, kind of weird though. The animation. Okay, so the animation is just barely anything, but the character art for some is just crazy. It's just completely wacky, and it's just because some of it is like, oh, that's nice. It's like very I don't know what kind of animation style you call it, but it's almost very puppet like animation. Like just not much movement, and then but the character art for some of these, they're just it's insane. It's just like it's like either you have a weird sense of humor and it is kind of funny, or someone just really didn't give a fuck and was like, I just throw anything out there. Who cares what the character actually looks like? And the other thing is, somehow, this is what I noticed the music on the most, probably more than anything I've watched so far. But it's because I went to school for music, and I guess this is where the music training kicks in. And it's like, oh, I know that piece. Fuck, I know that piece. Okay, cool. But most of it is just simple, just background. It's the same, like, theme playing for the most part. But then there's a couple times for some reason, it's just like, okay, here's music now. And it's, older music, stuff probably royalty free, but also very recognizable. And then the opening is pretty simple. Like, what do you think of like grand opening kind of music? But it's a very slideshowy esque kind of opening animation, and just very quick. The ending is like a lot more. It's an actual typical anime ending. The song is actual modern music, and it's about bathing, and it's actually a pretty cool song. It's by Thermae Romae. I assume, I don't know if it was written for this or if it's just a weird coincidence, but it's by Chatmonky. I have no idea how to say this. ChatMonchy. But yeah, it's actually a pretty amusing song. It's actually pretty good. The music, and there's a music video on Crunchyroll. When I was trying to find what the song was, it's just on Crunchyroll. That's the actual music video, which is weird because this is like over a decade old show. I don't even know when they put it on Crunchyroll. Actually, not this one. But yeah. So the first episode, The Roman Who Leapt Through Time. This is 13 minutes and 18 seconds. Starts out Rome, 128 AD. The Lucius Modestus just it's getting kind of shit talked for shoddy designs. So kind of in that little desperate mode. And then it cuts to after a quick opening sequence of this, just cuts to the bathhouse. It's hectic. With someone offering to remove hair, just weird stuff, and then gets sucked through a drain. And even though these are shorter episodes, they feel really short. Even though it's the same formula for each one, and maybe that's why I don't know, it just seems like they all flew by. But when you add them up, it's nearly 2 hours, unless I did my math wrong, of stuff. So I don't. Yeah, it just feels a lot short. But yeah, while Lucius is getting sucked down the drain, New World Symphony is playing. Dvorak, right? Dvorak. I don't care. New World Symphony is playing. It's like, damn, okay, huh? I mean, it makes sense. Okay. It feels like you're going New World, but it's like, damn, music. I know this. But it shouldn't say it like I'm disappointed. It's just like I haven't really had any use for this. I don't really care about that kind of music that much. But it's like, oh, this is why I'm going to start paying attention to the music. I know there is a lot cooler music and other things I watch, but it's because I recognize this stuff. Also, I sucked at recognizing the music when I was actually in school trying to get my degree and having to do these listening exams. And it's like, what's this? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can tell you when it was written. For some reason, I could always tell when it was written. I wouldn't know the name of it, though. It really confused people. I don't know. It's dumb. There was a test we had. It was listening. It was for a wind ensemble. But it's like, the main thing was to get who wrote it, what piece it was, and then bonus, getting like when it was written and other stuff. Anything with numbers related to it, I got all the bonus stuff, and I hardly got any of the other stuff, and I still got one of the best grades. It's like, because it was hard. It was ridiculously hard. All the shit we had to listen to prepare for it, and how much there was, and just imagine sitting there listening. That's all it was, and then you had, I hated the listening exams. But now look at this. It's paying off, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, in modern Japan. And here's another thing that messes with me. Is Lucius calls all the Japanese people flat-faced slaves. And of course, there's supposed to be a language barrier. Everyone's speaking Japanese. But it's assumed Lucius is speaking Latin. So, of course, the Japanese people don't understand Lucius. Lucius doesn't understand all the Japanese people. But keeps referring to them as flat-faced slaves. Eventually, the slaves gets dropped and it's just a flat face. It's like, that just seems so racist. But, of course, it's a Japanese creator who's making this. So, I guess it's... I'm not going to say it's okay, but it's like, I guess it's appropriate in this very specific context. It just seems so racist. I don't understand the flat face part either. I don't think I've seen anyone and been like, oh, face is flat. I've seen, okay, maybe rounded more, like, but that's usually like chubby cheeks or something like that, or like baby fat, kind of deals. But flat face, I don't get it. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. Like, do people look at others like that? Maybe I should ask people. That seems like a racist kind of conversation to have. Like, it'd be like, hey, so them Japanese, huh? Their face is really flat. Is that a question or a statement? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so confused by what that's supposed to mean. There's the attachment obit. I feel like I'm very off topic this one. There's the attachment obit. And it's like there's a panel of people in Daniel Tosh. It's just people from like different races and places or different identities. And Daniel Tosh is just saying random words or terms, phrases, or whatever, just to see if who is offended by it or who thinks it's racist. But they're just completely made up. And one of the ones I remember is Spoonface. And like the Asian representatives thought that was racist, and I was like, what does that even mean? What would spoon face mean? Because then if you think of a spoon, are you thinking spoon as in concaved? Because that's a weird face, and I think I would notice a concave face. Or are you thinking like the back of the spoon where it's like rounded out? Because then that's definitely not flat. I don't know. So get back to this. I have 9 episodes to get through. I'm not going to get anywhere. I mean, most of them are pretty the same, so maybe it doesn't matter. So, in this episode, also the titles almost matter none. The titles, I mean, it makes sense as this one, Romeo Love Through Time, but for the most part, it's like, really? Okay. But this time, Lucius is amazed by a plastic yellow bucket, a large mirror, and a fan. Speaks into it. Classic. Awesome. I love that's added because who doesn't see an electric fan? It's like, I'm going to go talk into it and say weird stuff. It's been a long time since I've done it, but classic. And then this is where I realize I fucked up the most because there's fruit milk in it. And Lucius tries it and blasts off like Team Rocket. I was like, shit, I should have got fruit milk. Actually, I said, fuck, I should have got fruit milk. And then Lucius wakes up back in Rome with the milk bottle. And decides to incorporate pictures, baskets. I think the picture was of a mountain. In Japan, it was, I don't know if it was a picture or just a window that showed Mount Fuji. But this is a Mount something. Bass Mount Visor. I don't know, something like that. A mountain. But yeah, picture of that. The baskets for clothes. I don't know what happened to Yellow Bucket. I guess didn't care that much about it. The fruit milk. Try and bring that back, and then I put and slave, but the Romans already had slaves. Using the slaves to act as employees is what I meant to say with that, because I guess that's not a thing already, which is weird. Who else is working the bathhouses? I don't know. But yeah, and then there's news that the bathhouse that Lucius first had this journey from is going to get torn down and Lucius runs away. And we get no conclusion to that. It's just, oh. But we get Lucius' panic is because, oh, that's how I would go back if I needed to. But yeah, that's the first episode. Second episode, the music knowledge continues. It's called Swan Lake. Swan Lake? A ballet. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I know that. I'm going to expect Swan Lake music. No. We get Ride of the Valkyries for some reason to open up this. I was like, what the fuck? And then it's followed by Swan Lake music. But the music for this is very distracting. I don't know if they plan on trying to frame this episode like it's musical, but it was like, or maybe it was just me. Oh, it's called Mount Vesuvius, something like that. But yeah, it was just, I focused on too much on the music on this one. But yeah, Lucius goes to visit the real Mount Vesuvius to see a sick person. Goes into some water to find why it's boiling, and ends up in a monkey bath in Japan. Getting fussed at, monkeys aren't happy. Giving her a robe to not be naked because apparently they don't like you being completely naked. I guess, I don't know. Are they completely naked in Japan usually? Or is there just always towels slipping off and that's not supposed to happen? Too much anime, I guess. But yeah, and then like, funny part, giving this robe and then Lucius just always wears him like a toga because this happens a couple times. And so in this episode, though, the key things taken away from it are hot spring eggs, which is given to Lucius by the same person. I think these are the only 2 episodes, which makes me think this was actually 1 episode originally. But same person, you see 2 people. I don't remember if they pop up in later episodes. I guess I just forgot to keep paying attention. Or maybe they don't. But yeah, give them some hot spring eggs. Just eggs boiled in a hot spring, I guess. Or semi-boiled, kind of boiled. I don't know. And then sake! Hell yeah, I got one of them right. Take a sip for sake. That's still not my favorite. So, yeah. And then just randomly back. There's not really anything That brings Lucius back, but does want to build an outdoor bath with eggs and warm wine. And also the monkey came back for some reason. There's usually always something that comes back. And warm wine in a bath. Hey, wine again. Hey, I got prosecco, so it's different. But warm wine in a bath. I don't know if I would like that or not. Be kind of weird. Yeah, I've had warm wine, but it's just not my thing. I don't think I really like any warm alcohol. I don't really like warm drinks that much. The only warm drinks I like are teas and like creamy hot chocolates. Yeah. And like hot toddies, don't really care about. I'd rather just drink stuff room temperature or cold. There's mulled wine. I'd rather just drink it room temperature. Stuff like that. Coffee. I prefer iced coffee. I'm not that crazy about coffee to begin with, unless there's a lot of chocolate or stuff in it. But I guess mocha. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I got both the sake and the wine in this episode. It's going to be long one. I don't remember if there's any other. Oh, there's beer eventually. Like in episode 3, shampoo hat. This one, I don't know. I don't know whether they were playing with that shampoo hat. There is a shampoo hat in this one, but it just doesn't matter that much. This episode was 10 minutes and 53 seconds, so still really short. And this one, and it's starting now, it is just like we meet the Emperor, Emperor Hadrian, and then it's like gay. There's a lot of just penis in this. Penis everywhere. It's not even shy about it. And it's funny, but it's also like, what the fuck? Why? It's still funny. Also, I'm assuming, just by the name, the manga for this is female. So just penis. Maybe it's making fun of male masculinity or the obsession with it, because this episode really does it. So, gay? I don't know, probably. There's more jokes about it later. But just wants a lot of statues of someone. I don't remember who exactly the statues are about. But it was just a questioning thing. But yeah, and then there's some old person, I don't remember if there's ever a name. There's someone named Marcus who refers to this old person as master, but it's the person making the statues. But yeah, this old person, master, that's a weird thing to say, wants a bathhouse, wants an in-house bath, which I guess is a kind of bathhouse, and then drops a striggle. I don't think, I don't even know if this is, no, I don't think this is it. Oh, this isn't even all the dicks yet. Okay, that's later. So Strigil is like this little thing. Look at it. I don't know. It's not important. It's like a spoon or a little pad, a little wooden thing. I looked it up. I don't know what it means, and I still don't really get what it's for. But yeah, Lucius gets it. Goes underwater, of course, which means popping up, trapped under a cover in a home bath. Lucius refers to it as a water coffin, so I guess that can be appropriate. If I would have been able to actually do this episode in a bathtub, I also would have made jokes about it being something like a water coffin when I was going to make a toast. But a toast with drinks, not a toast with a toaster. The very famous appliance to take a bath with. I never tried it. I don't know if it actually works. So yeah, the owner of the tub thinks Lucius is there as a helper, and okay, which is nice. Lucius does help, but has to show Lucius how to use a cloth, which is like, what? Man, it's like, oh, you have a preference. But it's like, using a cloth to wash yourself, it seems like a completely foreign concept. How are they washing themselves? Like me, at least they're washing themselves. Also, I don't know if they use soap. I never remember seeing soap this entire time as far as rum goes. And I don't think it was ever an idea Lucius brought back. But what are you washing yourself with? Now, admittedly, I see jokes all the time. I hope they're jokes for like white people don't wash their legs. I don't get that. I get told my showers are too long, and I don't know why because I'm cleaning myself, but feel like I'm thoroughly cleaning myself. Then when I start hearing, and I keep hearing it pop up as jokes on like different people talking about it, like YouTube videos and whatever, or podcasts, and it just keeps happening. It's like, is this a trend? Is this a thing is this why people are somehow able to take these quick showers in and out? They not actually washing themselves? I had my suspicions. But, okay, look, I'm like, 6'3", 240 pounds currently for now. So there's a lot of me to wash. And maybe that's why it takes longer. Also, if I wash my hair, it takes so much longer. Because my hair is thick and it does not want to cooperate. But I don't get how people just take quick showers, and maybe this is why. Now, here's the admitted part. Usually, like, black people I listen to, I also get onto white people for not using, like, a washcloth or a scrub, what do they call them, little, like, poof things. I don't know. Yeah, and not using those. And it's like, that's reasonable. I get it. That makes a lot of sense that you should be using like a cloth to wash yourself. Here, my hands are rough as fuck though. I might as well be using like a light grit sandpaper because I'm washing myself fine. My skin is okay. I guess I don't know. It probably still looks gross. I should use a washcloth at least. And I was raised to use washcloth and all this, but I do it. And it's like I don't really see a difference. It seems like it just takes longer. It doesn't seem like the soap stays in it good enough. Maybe I just wasn't taught right. And I use the other things too, the little poof things. I don't know. They just don't seem to do it for me. But I am clean. I do scrub. It does take a while. And I also use my nails. So I'm kind of like slightly scratching at myself. I dig in there. Also, I wash my hands all the time. I wash my ass. That's another thing I don't think people do, which I don't know. Anyways, so doing this, that's not even big draw of this. Then, this old person uses a shampoo hat, which just looks ridiculous. And I don't really understand the need for them. It's like they're just children, honestly. And I don't know if it's making fun of them. Because I don't know if there's something in their shampoo that you're not supposed to get on your skin or something. But like, close your eyes. You're not a baby. You're not some dog that getting washed. Close your eyes when you're washing your hair. You don't need this crown. Now it feels like some other hat to keep your hair dry. Because apparently you don't need to wash your hair every day. That's a habit I had to break. Cause I used to wash my hair every day. But I don't know. And I still shower every day, but I guess I don't wash my hair. But I don't get the point. If you're still just soaping up your hair, why does it matter? I don't know. Maybe it does. Anyways, Lucius thinks it looks like a crayon. It doesn't. It looks weird. But, and then to celebrate or relax even more, there's beer or UMD beer. This is the beer episode. I don't have any beer. I mean, I do have beer, but not anything that would go along with this. Not like these two go together in the first place. So they have beer, and then Lucius wakes back up in Rome holding a towel. And then goes and makes a shower and shampoo hat. And people love it. And that's the thing. People love it every time Lucius comes back. It's like, I guess. Man, I know it's because maybe back then it really was a huge difference. But now it just takes stuff like that for granted. Now, on to episode 4. The Melancholy of the Emperor. So Lucius is taking a shit and holding a wiping sponge. This is another thing. I don't know when toilet paper was invented. Oh no, I don't know what were they not wiping? I guess they had a sponge for wiping, but besides that, outside of that, it's just how often they washing the sponge. I don't know. It doesn't go into details of that, but ooh, yeah, wiping sponge. I mean, I'm sure it would do the trick and it might be more comfortable, but it's like, are you throwing that sponge away every time you get a new one, every time you shit? I don't know. Anyway, so some actual story, I guess. Lucius goes to see the emperor, who fired a previous architect named Apollodorus, just for being too old-fashioned, I guess. And then Lucius goes to take a bath. I don't remember what they were even wanting, but goes to take a bath. Ends up in Shinjuku, 2012, and which is the first time I remember there being a specific name of a place and time or a date given. And we meet someone named Mommy who who works at a bathhouse and expects a foreigner from Italy, and then Lucius just pops up already there in the bath. And while mommy, not mommy, is busy freaking out, Lucius is just busy checking out the bath. And they keep shitting on how Japanese people look. I don't understand what the creator of this manga I don't like. I mean, I know there's this whole like obsession with wanting to try to be whiter thing, but why do you hate Japanese people? Are you even Japanese? That could be an actual concern, because there's non-Japanese people who take Japanese names to try to seem more authentic. There's a whole ethical dilemma there. But yeah, and then just some of the things Lucius knows that there's a TV, but thinks it's a fish tank with jellyfish in it, and then suddenly needs to use a toilet and finds one. Is confused a bit by it, but then gets bideted, and it's like, oh shit! Turns out really likes it, hey, and then disappears, and then goes back, makes a jellyfish tank and a toilet with a fountain. Oh, and here's the thing. I'm not hating on the idea of bidets. They just really confuse me. Like what people's obsession with them. They're like, oh, you can only be clean if you wash with a bidet. If you not, then you're dirty and you stink and you're ass. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Toilet paper works fine. Of course, don't get crazy enough with it until you're bleeding. That I used to have a problem. I would be wiped too much. But here's the thing: if you're washing your ass every day, like, what's the problem? Like, it's not that bad. Unless you're just having constant diarrhea and just shitting all over yourself, like, there shouldn't be a problem with it. And if you're wiping adequately, unless, I don't know, you're going around sniffing people's butts like a dog, then there really shouldn't be a problem with it. Of course, like, if you want a bidet, that's fine, but don't, like, shit on people who don't have bidets. Because here's the thing, I've tried them. I don't like them. Man, it's nothing. It's not even like the water hitting butthole kind of deal. It's like, whatever. It's the fact that we'll now have either soggy butthole or I'm using toilet paper and drying off. It's like, you're not saving any toilet paper. And if toilet paper gets wet, it becomes like a weird mushy mess that's worse than just like wiping shit straight off. I'm in a few hours I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna wash that off anyways. So anytime I've been in places where they have bidets and if I'm using them, I'm just taking a shower after. Literally, I was in the Philippines for a month, and I didn't use toilet paper because there's a bidet. I would literally shit once a day. At the end of the day, I would bidet my butt, and I would take a shower immediately after. Also, because the shower was in with the toilet, so it was literally like toilet, shower head, same room. So it was literally, I didn't have to go anywhere. And the shower head wasn't the bidet. That it was a separate hose. But also some bidets, I don't know if it's an Asian thing, or not, or like I don't want to say poor Asian thing, but I've seen non-Asian people with them too. But it's not. It's a separate hose, and I don't know exactly how that one's supposed to work in any kind of sanitary way. Unless you're in like a bathroom with a drain or at a toilet with a drain. I don't know the logistics of that. Are you having to like stand up and like aim it up? I don't know. That's a wild thing. Just, I don't know. So that part, I'm like, okay, that's kind of crazy. Bidets, building on toilet, whatever. And it's like, that's fine. And hey, maybe it is relaxing. I haven't used settings. I know there's some that have like crazy settings. So maybe that makes it a whole different experience. That's like actually worth it and relaxing. But I don't want wet ass. I don't want like soggy ass toilet paper. I'll just go straight to the shower because that's going to be a thing. Yeah, it has been a thing. So now, story wise, the emperor from this point on is wanting Lucius to go to Jerusalem. Okay. That's where we leave off this episode. Next episode, I'm just fucking rambling about shit, literally. Episode 5, The Power of Baths. This one is an actual full-length episode. It's 22 minutes and 59 seconds. It still seems like it goes by fast. But it's actually a pretty decent episode or something like that. So before going to Jerusalem, Lucius is sent to a different hot spring at the base of Mount Vesuvius because the Emperor's wanting to build a resort there. And for some reason, Lucius is sent alone. I think this area was like hit by the volcano and destroyed, and now there's bandits. And yeah, Lucius is attacked by the bandits, of course, being alone, and then mocked, which is okay. Add insult to no injury yet, but damn. And then Lucius ends up hiring them to help build the bathhouse, and then they also bathe. And while they're bathing, of course, Lucius slips all the way to Japan in a hot river in a village. So yeah, the whole thing is going to be just building a village or a resort, which makes some kind of sense, I guess. But is there really villages just for like a village kind of style to some bathhouses? I guess it would, and it would be kind of cool. But while here, Lucius is trying some red bean bread, visiting gift shops, and playing games. Apparently, a great archer wins like some kind of hippo bear thing. And then that credits play halfway through this. I don't know if this was supposed to be an episode or not. What was it? Was it? No, that's so weird because it was supposed to be 6 episodes. This is the one that got smushed together. I don't know what's going on. So when I guess the second part of this episode starts, Lucius is trying ramen next. I think most of this next half is just about ramen. Notices that on the bulbs there's like a Greek designs, and it's like the Greeks are working with the Japanese and trying to pull some kind of bullshit or whatever. I don't know. And then Lucius is using chopsticks in a weird way, but it's still working. I don't know if that would actually work. It's a weird way, but yeah, I don't know if it works. It works. And then just there's a language barrier, but it's still like, oh, well, you can always tell by how Lucius is eating that it's good. So he gets some free gyoza. And then keeps one in his sleeve. And it's just like, okay, why? Then tries to play with a silver coin because it doesn't have any yen. But luckily, there's a pawn shop owner also eating ramen there. So he trades that silver coin for some yen. Everything works out. Continue exploring around. Then runs into a person running a brothel that looks like the bandit leader. And it's like, oh, this is some foreshadowing shit, isn't it? Lucius doesn't go though. It's just like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, jumps to Praz, jumps in after and lands back in Japan with the prize and a piece of gyoza still. So yeah, now the army shows up to help build the village, and then when it's all done, the bandits are actually help running things, which is nice and can show how you put some time and invest in people. Even those that seem like not doing so well can bounce back and things work out. You just gotta actually help people instead of taking advantage of people to help yourself. That kind of seems like that's what Lucius was starting to do. But yeah, then just a little humorous thing of Lucius puts a prize on an altar and says it's a god. And then finally, it says Lucius is going to go join the Emperor in Jerusalem. And I don't know. Well, I did a little bit of GPSing this out. And apparently, it would take from Rome to Jerusalem. It'll take about a month on foot, just going one way. I don't know how long exactly or what they're doing, because I thought that's where it was going to go, and it doesn't. It completely skips over all that. I think it skips to 3 years into the future. It's kind of not completely clear how it says it, but yeah, sometime after Jerusalem. And it doesn't say. Usually it says like the year and how long since whatever. But no, this time it doesn't open with that, which would have been helpful. then this is where the dicks come back. So, Marcus, the one who's building the statue, is building another statue. This one with a giant dick. Ridiculously humorous dick. Pretty much the size of the rest of the statue. And also has a pendant of a dick that has a dick. Imagine that. You could look up if you dare to. Or watch this episode 6. You see it because it just keeps coming back. It's not boomerang shaped, but damn if it's not acting like it is. A penis with a penis. It's so ridiculous. And like they don't point it out. They kind of point it out, but it's like, I don't know what you think this is supposed to be. And then keeps saying it's made of tintinabulum. I don't know if that's a real thing. Let me actually look it up real quick. It is. Tintinabulum is a small tinkling bell or chime. It's a what? That makes it so much weirder. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It keeps saying it's made of it. Maybe it's a translation, a weird translation thing. That's so fucking weird. It is. It is supposed to be phallic shaped. And it's... What? This is insane. Why? What is the obsession? Why? What is... It's so stupid. And I don't understand. Okay, the next part of it is... There's a joke that... People keep thinking it's called a chin chin bun, which I did look up that, which means dangling penis. But this is already the same thing. It's already phallic. It's literally like a decoration based around someone with a giant dick. And it's used like, it says as like wind chimes or bells or a door amulet. That's weird. That's so funny. That's so stupid. But now I don't understand the joke of like, oh, it's a dangling penis. Yeah, it is. Either way, no matter how you say it, yeah, it is. That's insane. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so Marcus goes to find Lucius, or at home, and is a wreck, and is calling for Olivia, who is apparently his ex-spouse, and upset with Lucius being gone for 3 years and left. Also, apparently upset about not being able to make kids, or not trying to, or wanting to, I don't know. And then has an altar of more penises. And then Marcus ends up giving this amulet, or letting Lucius use it. So Marcus takes Lucius to a bath to bathe in a cauldron. And then you look in the cauldron, and there's a sperm. There's like a little sperm just swimming around in it. And if you're not paying too close attention, you'll miss it. It's so funny. It's so dumb. Oh, my cheeks are starting to hurt. Okay. And then while in this cauldron of bathing with sperm, ends up at a fertility festival in Japan, which is also just a crazy thing. But yeah, pops out. People think Lucius is the Kunsei-sama, the god of fertility. They're just running around. I've seen these or things about these fertility festivals too. They're also crazy. And then there's someone named Chia who is married. Hops up on this giant wooden penis and then asks Lucius for a baby. It's like, okay, that's... What the fuck? Is this about to be porn? It's not. But damn, it kind of is. Just a bunch of penises. And then, it's not clear, because it doesn't show it, but I'm pretty sure Lucius gets a boner after touching Chie, because everyone freaks out in a good way. Like, gets excited and wants to start touching Lucius' dick, I think. Like I said, it doesn't show it, but it's very implied, because then Lucius disappears back to Rome and comes back still with a boner, because Marcus is like, oh, it looks like it worked. And they're like looking down or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay. So then they go and confront the ex-spouse, who actually thought Lucius was gone being the emperor's lover. Another gay joke. And the ex-spouse is already, it has a name. And then Livia already got remarried and pregnant, which is fast. Also, I don't know, I guess, were they actually married in the first place? I don't know how divorce worked in Rome, but whatever. Okay, so I'm just rambling around a lot more than I anticipated. Okay. 7. I want to slip, honestly, 11 minutes and 47 seconds. The Emperor fears the Senate wants their downfall and thinks the solution is a bathhouse. For some reason, the solution is always a bathhouse. And to be fair, it works. People are loving it. But dang, all these other bathhouses, and they're still not happy? I don't know why you think another bathhouse is going to do it. So yeah, Lucius goes and takes a bath with Apollodorus, of all people. And this is another character with just weird, crazy art. And one of the key things they take away from bathhouses now is that there's too many kids around. And I agree. Even to today, there's too many kids. People stop reproducing. What, you say there's a population decline? Good. Humans suck. We don't need more of them. Anyways, yeah. You're definitely not going to relax with kids running around. So, some kid, somehow... Oh, and this actually goes back to the first episode because they couldn't really relax because of the hecticness of it. But yeah, some kid knocks Lucius under the water, goes to Japan to a water slide with children, and still naked. And like, there's a weird thing, and this is going to be a hard thing to grasp. It's not a perverted thing. And I know people was like, oh, naked kids, pedophile. It's like, yeah. To be fair, a lot of time, yeah, it is. I mean, we have a government of them, and religious leaders of them. Just way too many instances. But it doesn't have to be like that. A naked child isn't inherently sexual. If you think it is, that's a problem with you. So they're running around in the bathhouse naked. It's just a thing. So Lucius going to Japan, still being naked. The water slide's full of children. Lucius sees nothing wrong. Really doesn't acknowledge it or pay attention at all. Of course, other people are freaking out. And it's like, put this on. Lucius is also wearing a swim suit top from some person. Just, I guess, it's pretty much a bra, but it's like, okay, that's cool. Just wears it the whole time. Like a little bra hat. That's what you need. You don't need that stupid shampoo hat. Get this bra hat. I don't know what good it does, but it's funny. And then, so stupid. I feel like they just started being more and more like, we don't give a fuck. Throw in whatever amuses us. And Lucius going to go down the slide. But then it cuts to an actual clip of a real live white person just going down a slide. I think kind of dressed like Lucius. I don't remember exactly. But, like, what a weird, just a wacky thing. I don't know why you needed to include this or who this person is. If this turns out to actually be the creator of the manga, that wouldn't surprise me at all. It would make so much sense. Of course you would. But I don't know, actually, is it not? But it's just so weird and random. But yeah, Lucius back in Rome. Oh, another person lands on Lucius back in Rome. There's actually a character or like a character look. I think it's just making fun of like fat women. Like they're supposed to be fat, like kind of ugly women, whether they actually are or not. And I don't think, but it's definitely what they're trying to make fun of because it keeps popping up. But that's the kind of character that lands on Lucius, sends Lucius back to Rome, and decides to make a bathhouse with a slide. And so for the adults are the only one using it. They completely took over, even though it's meant for the kids. Adults like, I'm about to say, like, the kids can go over, we're just going to use it. So the tables have turned, and the kids are like, the adults are just hogging it, we don't even get to use this. And it's like, yeah. But to be fair, I guess it's the first time they've seen a slide, and then add it. And to be fair, as a kid, like going to the pool, love the water slides. Okay, so 2 episodes left. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Get another sip. Okay. Number 8. The Three Office Ladies Sisters Thermae Murder Mystery. This was 13 minutes, 52 seconds. This is where they changed the format, where Lucius is kind of just a background character. But it starts out with Mai wants to go to the bathhouse. Well, it doesn't start out. It starts out with a scene of someone getting murdered. And then it cuts to Mai wants to go to the bathhouse. But the sisters, I say that because they're portrayed as the kind of uggos that I just described earlier. But yeah, so the sisters say that you should always check for the TV channels first. And I don't know if I made this clear by the name Mai, but it starts in modern day Japan. So yeah, Mai's in a bath and finds a dead body. And after finding a dead body, Lucius pops up. And Lucius just I don't really know what's going on, but here I am again. And then notices a rubber duck. Not the dead person. Doesn't notice the dead person for a while. Just is fascinated with this duck. Just like obsessed with it. Almost like the hippo bear thing. But almost even more so. So yeah, Lucius is suspicious for this. Of course. And like kind of rightfully so, just popping up with body. People are like, oh, you're just or hiding underwater. And actually, Lucius is pretty perceptive to all this stuff. It's actually, they speak different languages, can't understand each other, but can tell from body language and understand the situation, which is like, oh, yeah, they're probably thinking this and this and this, and that makes sense, and I can't blame them. This rubber duck, I really want that rubber duck. And I'm going to say this too. Lucius is actually really smart, and it makes sense. I know it's kind of like a gag manga, and it's like, oh, whatever. But you realize Lucius goes to the future, completely different place. Yeah, is kind of racist about it. But CC sayings could, in the future, like over 1,000 years, or yeah, I'm definitely over 1,000 years later. Wait, about 1,000, 2,000 years later, about almost 2,000 years later, and has to figure out how to do those in like with ancient, Roman level technology, and does, and finds ways to do them. So Lucius is like pretty creative. But anyways, so yeah, then it points out, and you're like, oh, this is going to be framed like a murder mystery. There's one character that gets like a introduction. It's like freeze frame, like introduction, like this is this person, the proprietress, Okami. That's it. That's the only person who gets it, and it moves on. Doesn't fucking matter. And then, yeah, okay, never. I think they really just gave up on whatever this is supposed to be, because none of it makes any sense about what's going on. But anyways, please show up. And one of the things they're looking for Tsuchinoko, which is what Dunsparce, my favorite Pokemon, is based off of. But, and also like a thing at Me and Roboco, which I've been reading a lot lately too, just hunting for it. It's like, what? Okay, so random, sure. And then, they revealed that this is the 16th person that Mai has found dead in a bath. And it's like, the fuck? You think that's not suspicious? But no, Lucius is still the suspect. It's like, okay. Huh. Sure. I mean, yeah, well, we already deduced. Lucius thinks that makes sense. But the duck. So it turns out this duck actually belongs to someone named Rumi. Someone who works there. Is actually the one who killed this person. Just backstory. We get get this like dramatic backstory. Rumi tries to go to run and jump off a cliff, but it stops to tell the backstory. And it's like trying to be this dramatic thing, and then you just have Lucius in the background. Just, I want that duck. I want the duck. And I know it's just such a humorous thing. It's so dumb and it's funny. And then Rumi tries to jump, but Lucius saves the duck and accidentally saves Rumi. And then we get the backstory, and it's about the person who was killed was Harada and was escaping to come work at the back house but the duck actually had a GPS in it and was able to get tracked down. And then duck. But eventually the duck is thrown off a cliff and Lucius jumps after it, and ends up back in Rome with the duck, which also still has the GPS in it. I don't think so. And now, oh wait, I don't think Lucius actually thought to bring anything back besides this duck. I don't think there was anything added to the bathhouse. It's just a weird random episode. And like, as funny as it is, I actually don't like when they do this. It just makes no sense. It kind of takes away and just distracts from what's going on, even though this is episodic and silly anyways, but whatever. So, the last episode, I Want to Feel Smooth. Only 9 minutes and 6 seconds, but the Emperor wants a bath to help with being fat and lazy and getting older. And it's like, damn, me too. Especially lately. But this is where the penis pendant comes back. But Lucius goes underwater with it from the master of Marcus. Yeah. And I guess it's pretty straightforward. It's a weird episode to just end on. It almost would feel like this just got abruptly canceled. But yeah, Lucius just ends up back in Japan. The staff just sees Lucius, sees the pendant. I don't remember the reaction to it, but for some reason gives a massage, shaves, a face wash, then a boiling bath. And then Lucius sinks back to Rome, does everything there, and then that's it. It's a very abrupt, quick ending. I don't know, but yeah, that's it. I'll try to make this as abrupt. I mean, I already kind of talked about what it was. I knew the music. My drink was pretty simple. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. I doubt it would ever get continued. I'm surprised it had another anime series ever done. But yeah, some of the stuff was done again in the second series, so I don't know. Maybe it will come back. I really doubt it, but anything's possible. But whew, that's gonna be it. That was just a episode full of tangents, but I guess that's what happens after all of this. But yeah, that's gonna be it for talking about Thermae Romae, however you say it. Yay! But yeah, let's talk about more if you want to, or what your favorite bath beverages are, alcoholic beverages, preferably. And just, I don't know, other dumb stuff. If you've seen this, read this, if you also been in baths, and I don't know, any kind of experience, if you want to talk about anything, I don't really care. Let's just talk. But yeah, you can do that on my social media, the stories, comments, if you have them anywhere around. You can email me. You can join my Discord, and we can talk about all kinds of stuff there. Plenty of topics we can talk about there. But, yeah. I'll leave links, easy to find, to get to if you want. But yeah, thanks to anyone who listens to things. Thank you especially to my Ko-fi Patreon supporter, Julio Vasquez. If you also want to help support me, I can't guarantee the money doesn't go out. It actually doesn't. It actually gets put away into separate fund. But, you know, if it gets used for this, it is technically still for the podcast. But yeah, you can do it on there. You get these shout outs, get notes of videos, make like the notes I wrote down for this. Stories I write, all kinds of stuff actually. I thought about doing a like a commentary as I watch these and post that separately on my Ko-fi and Patreon, but that's if people actually want it, because it is like me having to set up different stuff a little bit of stuff, and it's like, is it worth it? And do you really want to hear me talking over a movie? But the whole reason this started was to like watching with friends and like just acting up and being dumb about it, and then scheduling issues. So this is like an alternative to that, but I don't know if I'll actually do it or not. We'll see. It also makes it harder to do when it's individual episodes like this, or if I go to theaters and stuff like that. But yeah, you get stuff like that if I plan on doing it. But that's going to be it for this alcohol and anime. I've been your otaku Tanner, the theacstories. Until next month, bye.